Hey guys, welcome to another interesting class on Benco Institute. I am Gideon, your generator technician. On today's class, we'll be using this Fireman FPG 8000E2 for this particular session. Okay, we'll be looking at how to service a generator. You see, often at times people have generators, they use it for months even without servicing it, and of course it's bound to break down. So just because we do not want that to happen, we do not want our generators to break down after usage for some time, we'll be looking at the very important tips to do, or the very important things to do on your generator while servicing it. Number one on the list is this. Okay, number one on the list is this, your air filter. This is your air filter. Okay, air comes in from here. Of course, you know this generator works because air, gas and spark comes together to create combustion. That's a topic for another day anyway. But air comes in from this place, from this particular part, down into the carburetor, and before it goes in, there is this foam. It's a foam that acts as a filter. Okay, after using your generators for a while, although in the manual it is advised that you, all right, okay, it's even written here, clean element every 50 hours, every 10 hours under dusty conditions, wash in high flash point solvent. All right, so it's advised we wash our filter, this is the element, every 50 hours. But for some people, they use the generator for a long while and they don't even care if there's need to wash it, and of course it affects your generator. Okay, this is how to wash your filter. It's quite easy, it's not difficult. In here is the fuel, petrol. You dip in and, okay, you see, that's to tell you this filter is so dirty. You dip in and you squeeze out the contents. Okay, squeeze out the content and you leave in the sun to dry. Okay, after leaving in the sun to dry, you fix it back when you are sure it has dried appropriately. Okay, that is it. The second most important thing to do for your generator while servicing is to change the spark plug. Okay, for a generator that runs constantly, over time the spark plug gets dirty, and for some reasons, if it gets dirty, the generator sometimes will not come on, or it's even hard to start. So to avoid all that, it's better you change your spark plug after the stipulated hours on your manual. So manuals will tell you 150 hours, others will tell you 200 hours. But what is necessary is that you do change it after usage. All right, the plug is found on top of in the top cylinder. Okay, the plug is found in the top cylinder. This is the top cylinder. This is what's called the top cylinder, and this is where the plug is found. And okay, this is where the plug is found, just beneath a rubber casing. This is the rubber casing. Okay, this is the rubber casing, and just beneath the rubber casing you find the plug. All right, how do you take out the plug? This is where the biggest question lies. Of course, we'll be able to locate where the plug is found. How do you take off the plug? Now, you get a spanner or a plug spanner. There's a plug spanner for it. For some plugs, it's 22mm. Not written on this now, but for some plugs, you use a 22mm plug spanner. Some other plugs uses a 16mm, and I'm also aware there are some plugs that use a 12mm. Of course, that 12mm plug is not too common in this part of the world. All right, now we want to lose. You insert the plug spanner, which is this. Okay, you take it to the left, anti-clockwise, and then you lose gradually. Okay, you lose gradually. And of course, after losing for for some time, you discover there's little resistance, and then you use your hand to take it out completely. All right, this is the plug. This is the plug we loosed out. It's a little bit dirty, and then the plan is to change the plug. All right, so this is the new plug we got, same company brand magnet, and we're replacing with the same brand. Okay, this is the plug we got. You can see how clean and sharp it is. All right, now we insert it back. Of course, what we did was to lose with the spanner initially, but this time around we insert the plug and try to put it in with our hand. Why are we doing it with our hand? So we do not worn out the thread. If you try to use the plug spanner directly now, you may end up worning out the thread. So you insert the plug with your hand, be sure it's going in properly until you observe a little resistance, and that's where you decide to use the plug spanner to lock it properly. Okay, still rotating with my hand inside, and then I am slowly noticing a resistance. What that tells you is the plug is going in and there is need to use the plug spanner. I've noticed the resistance, and as such I will use the plug spanner. One thing you should know is you have to do this properly. If you don't do this properly, you end up warning the thread inside the top cylinder or the thread of the plug. All right, now we have successfully changed a plug. The third most important thing on our list is changing of your generator oil. Okay, for some people, they use their generator and they don't care. I've seen someone who used a generator for over 3 months and do not care if the generator oil is bad or not. It's advisable to change your generator oil after usage, because at that point it has lost its quality. It's no longer as viscous as it used to be, and of course the bad oil affects the rotating parts of your engine. So we are going to change the oil. We will change the oil, and before we do that, we have to, okay, let me lock this properly. It's necessary this is locked properly. Okay. All right, we have to take care with this so it does not affect the thread. It's quite technical, so you put it carefully, otherwise it affects the thread, and that is it. You have to change the cap. All right, we have to put on the generator now so that we can easily take out the generator oil, because we want the generator oil to be light so it easily flows out. If we decide to take out the generator oil just like this, it's going to take a longer time for the generator oil to come out. So we have to put on our generator. All right, we let the gen run for over 30 seconds, close to 1 minute just now. If you touch here now, it's now hot a little, so that means the oil inside is hot as well. Okay, so it's going to be easy for us to drill out the oil from the oil drain. All right, while drilling out the oil, this is the particular drain plug for it. Okay, there is a drain plug for it. Okay, this, in fact, when you drain oil from this, it's assumed that 99% of the engine oil in your crankcase will come out. I've seen some people drain oil from this part, but it's not appropriate, because oil, the entire oil do not come out. So let's drain it out. For some generators, the drain plug is 12 mm. Some generator uses 10 mm. I've seen one with 10 mm. I've seen one with 15 mm as well, and 16 mm. For this particular generator, it uses a 15 mm drain plug. Okay, we are losing it, and of course, because we are losing, we have to go anti-clockwise. All right. Okay, and then we put our drain container under so we don't get our floor messy. And please, while using this, be very careful so you take out, there's this particular washer attached to it, to the drain plug. It is very necessary you don't forget the washer inside the oil, because if you don't lose it out carefully, the washer eventually falls into the oil. Okay, now we have our oil coming out. Okay, for the next 30 seconds to 1 minute, it's going to come out slowly. All right, we've drained out the oil. You see it dripping out gradually, and basically it's going to drip like this for a while, but we've assumed the larger part of the oil is out, and we fix our drain plug back. You see how I fix our drain plug? I just put it, and I'm rotating it with my hand clockwise with my hand, please. That's necessary. You have to guide with your hand before using the spanner so you don't worn out the thread. Now I've successfully guided it. I've taken the oil out now. Okay, now we have to tight, this time clockwise to the right. Okay, now up next, this is the oil we want to use for this particular experiment or practical, I would want to say. It's a golden super oil, advisable for generators. Okay, now while turning the oil, make sure you use a clean funnel. Make sure your funnel is so clean, and of course use a funnel with filter, just in case for any reason that somehow manages to get here, it doesn't go beyond this pattern. Of course the oil will be well filtered. Use a funnel with filter. It's very, very important. Now we turn the oil. As you turn, after some time, observe your generator so you don't over gauge the oil. Okay, and that, of course, that's the reason there is a gauge. Check, turn first, and then observe. All right. To know if the oil is gauged, you first insert this. Okay, let me explain further how this gauge works. This is the dipstick itself. It is basically called the dipstick. So this part of this edge where you see L shows the low point, and this shows the high point. When you dip this dipstick inside this crankcase and the oil touches the part, what it eventually explains to you there, the interpretation is that oil is down, but you can still use the gen. When you dip this in and it shows H, it touches this H, it means that the oil is high. Alright, let's dip it in to see the level the oil will just. Okay, this you have to do this with care, because most times if you don't, let's take it out. Okay, see, it shows it's well gauged, not too high. Okay, not too high, just at the middle. This is it, just at the middle here. This shows the oil is well gauged. Alright, let's fix it back. We've successfully changed the oil of this Sunek generator. Okay, now you would recall that we earlier washed the air filter because it was dirty, right? Let's go get it back from the sun so we can fix it. Alright, this is the foam. We just got it back from the sun. You can see it all well dried up and clean. Okay, a very, very big difference from how the foam was earlier. Alright, now we have to open this case so we can insert it back properly. Voila. Okay, gently. All right, that is it. We've successfully serviced our generator. Okay, if you do this regularly for your generator, it's going to increase the generator life and it's going to make you enjoy using your generator. Now, that's it from us from this class. Till we meet in our next class. It's goodbye from us, and please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification please, and do well to share this link to friends and family. Till we meet in our next class, it's goodbye from us. Take care.